see. Big Artie in the maroon of Queensland and captain.
In 1980, the North and South went to war. This was the first State of Origin. The best from New South Wales faced the best from Queensland.
The first Day of Origins was something special, in my memory of my career in particular. It was a 20th birthday and I kicked 7 out of 7 goals, but I think the major memory I got of that particular night is playing with the greats of the game like Arthur Beetson and Rod Reddy. And before the game everyone was saying that it was just going to be another game, we've got teammates against teammates, they weren't going to do it tough, they're just going to muck around and not be serious. But I think from the first scrum when Beetso and all the hardheads from New South Wales started belting the other blokes from the New South Wales side, we knew we were in for a great contest.
I think the only one that really stamped his real trademark on the game was Chris Close, probably, and Mal, of course, with his goal kicking. He did very, very well, but Mal will probably be the first one to admit that I guess a lot of the younger blokes were pretty much overawed by the occasion. A packed Lang Park with the opportunity to play alongside one of the greatest footballers of all time in Arthur Beetson.
4-3, Queensland lead. 2 penalties to a try. Beetson on the blind side of the ruck. Back inside to Lewis. Lewis, quick hands. Out to Smith now it goes. To Meninga, out to Close. Close is round his man. Got it away to Bowstead. And Bowstead's in the corner. It's a great try. Good work, Queensland. Splendid work. The crowd have gone absolutely berserk here at Lang Park.
I felt pretty late after winning the first game in 80. Like I said, I kicked 7 out of 7 goals, for the best I've ever kicked in my whole career. I'm spastic now, but that's the way it goes. But just being part of a team of such great players and being a member of the concept, the original concept, was something that I'll always treasure.
Morris all over Stone there like the plague. Beetson, beautiful pass back to Lang. Unloads to Meninga. Nicely to Close. Close accelerates and does beautifully right through the gap. He's beaten Edie pointless. It's under the post for him. Onto the right. A great try from a standing start. Lewis with a kick through.
In 1981, the Wally Lewis-Mal Meninga partnership, which would haunt New South Wales for the next decade, began weaving its magic. The Queensland public loved beating their arch-enemies from the south. Winning was everything.
The public still expected Queensland to win the games, even though New South Wales were quite obviously dominant and had been for 20 or 30 years in rugby league matches between the two states. Now that Queensland had all of a sudden become the champions, Queensland fans wanted the team to stay that way, and you really can't blame them towards looking to any member of that team to try and help them along the way. And in a way, I think Mel probably enjoyed it, and I know I did, having that extra responsibility, because you knew at any stage during the game, if you were getting a little bit lazy, you were saddled with that responsibility, and you knew that you had to perform. And on many occasions, it was probably the difference between having a rest or doing something on the field that probably turned out to be beneficial for the team.
In 1982, the State of Origin became a 3-match series for the first time. It was also the Maroons' first taste of losing when New South Wales took the first match. But Meninga's scintillating performance put him in contention for an Australian jumper. It was too late, however, for Norm Meninga to see his son wear the green and gold.
His health was deteriorating by that time, and it didn't come to me as a shock that he died, but I think it was disappointing in the fact that he didn't see me play for Australia. That was probably the major disappointment for me, that he wasn't around. But I learned something really valuable out of his death, actually. I decided to play that particular weekend, and I was playing on emotions, and I had one of the worst games I've ever had, and it made me realise that no matter how much you want to do things for other people, you can't do them unless you do it for yourself first. And I think that was a valuable lesson out of Dad's death. I probably shouldn't have played that weekend. I should have been up there with the family and made sure that the family scene was okay, because I was hopeless and trying to help South win a particular game. We lost that particular day.
Rebound on the outside, crosses him off, it's a try, must be. Brennan,
I guess my major thought then was playing well for South during the year, and then hopefully playing that well that the selectors couldn't leave me out of the Australian team to tour Great Britain and France at the end of the year.
That would be Mal's first tour, and he played his first match against Australia's traditional foes in the first test of '82.
Oh, what power, what size, as he handed off number 4 Lesdale, and Mel Meninga, the huge burly Queensland centre, puts Australia in the lead by 5 points to 2.
The ball just came my way and I was in the clear, and in those days I had a little bit of pace and I had a reasonable palm, and I had just enough to get past the fullback, and I really had a clean run to the line. So I was very happy I scored. It was the first try of the Test match, and the first time I've scored a try in a Test match too. So it was probably a very special moment for me.
And in the second test, the combination of Queensland's favourite sons produced a magic moment.
Oh, good long ball, and he's in. Mal Meninga. Well, 14 minutes gone in this second half. That long ball from Wally Lewis out to Mal Meninga.
I think he knew that I was intending to throw a long pass, and I knew that he expected it.
You don't try to shout out, Wally, pass me the ball, because there's a big gap out here, because they might start running across and try to cover it up. So really it was just a matter of, just like I said, eye contact, and being the reader of the game he is, he read it very well and threw the ball to me.
Many people didn't expect this man to be even included in the Test team, but here he is, the sensation of the tour. It's a high ball, oh, and it's a beautiful kick.